All right, they are the words that made him famous, and he was his teammate when he said them. And so, Bart, I am told you have things on you to get off your chest, things you can't wait.
Greeny, I tried to get here Monday. That's how pissed off I was. I am tired of the disrespect laid at the feet of the defensive players. It's time to set the record straight, and I got a lot of stuff to say.
So who does it start with?
It starts with Joe Burrow, a.k.a. Macaulay Culkin. Listen, we all love the beautiful story. Listen to this. Oh, I love you so much. Get a sack. And tell you what, you got to get the ball back. If one thing the Super Bowl taught us is that offense wins games, defense wins championships. While he's showing all the love to his brothers there, he's spitting in the face of Trey Hendrickson because he should be advocating for him. In what world, D. Wood, do you pay the second receiver on your team before you pay arguably the best defensive end in all of football? Last year, 17.5 sacks, over 57 sacks in over 4 years, and this guy's the 55th highest paid defensive player in football. Disrespectful. Pay the man his money, because at the end of the day, we saw this movie before. I remember it was a time when it was T.J. Houshmandzadeh, and it was Chad Ochocinco, and it was Carson Palmer, and they went nowhere. And eventually, Carson Palmer asked for a trade. That's what we headed for. I got a lot more to say about that, but I know I got to move on.
No, but let me get it. Did you agree with that? Do you think that they should have taken care of maybe they still wound up taking care of Hendrickson? We'll see. They gave him the permission to seek a trade. I don't think that's really gone anywhere so far. We're going to get Fowler in here a little bit later, so we'll ask him. If they don't take care of Hendrickson, if for whatever reason he winds up gone, did they pay the wrong guy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a travesty. Like, you're talking about one of the best defensive players in the league. Like, here's the thing. I don't want to hear Joe Burrow or anybody on offense cry or complain anymore. It is all on you now.
Yep.
Like, it's all on you. Y'all got all these weapons, but then got a wet paper bag on defense. So don't say anything come the season.
Okay, that's the first thing that you're aggravated about. What's the next thing you're aggravated
about? This hurts me because it comes from my hometown, and we don't play this soft stuff. With this reseeding, best record, let's go about it.
Because the Lions playoff proposal,
Yes, because, listen, how did we go over the best record? I know you were on the other side of it, Woody, but I want you to remember this. We was in a division where the Patriots basically had 3 homecoming games or 6 homecoming games a year. So what I'm talking about, when you think about certain divisions, when you go over the best record, your strength of schedule has to matter as well. So the fairest way is to make sure that you win your division, because sometimes your division is going to be really good, sometimes your division is going to be really bad. Sometimes you're going to have one of those easy schedules where you're going to play another division that's weak. Doesn't matter if you play the NFC South and then you got to play the AFC South as your off-schedule games. Those are homecoming games. Yeah. That doesn't mean that you're the better team. That's almost equivalent to like if we take the MAC conference and they go undefeated in college and they become the number 1 seed. We would all laugh at that.
Okay, I was with you on the first one. The second one I'm not 100% sure I'd go with you on because A, those things rotate every single year. They're unpredictable. B, the problem that I have with it is when you got a team that's 8-8, or now they play 17 games, with a team that's 8-9 hosting a playoff game against a team that's 12-5.
Win your division. What if we talk about in the division? The NFC East is a really tough division. They're going to be knocking each other off. That doesn't mean that they're not better than another team. But you have to win your division. Win your division. That's been the most tried and true way to do it. It's always going to be outliers.
Didn't I tell you yesterday? That's the message that all the coaches give the players.
Win your division.
Okay, we got one more. And for this, we need a dramatic, I called it a reenactment, but it's actually just going to be an enactment. Jack. So, Jack, get out here, Pineapple Jack.
First of all, I've been seeing a lot of offensive players and even defense players
this is the tush push, by the way.
About the tush push. And what makes the tush push unfair is because you have one side that gets to push, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And on the other side, as a linebacker, I can't push my fat daddy right here. What would be the equivalent of this is if the defense had their version of a tush push. Defensive guys could do this all day.
All right, so
centers are snapping.
Yeah, and he's the defense. Okay.
Imagine if I have Jalen Carter right here. Damon Woody had to snap the ball and get his hand up to block him, but he gets a jetpack on the back, and I push him back. He's going to get it, and you're never going to be able to get a playoff. What if the defensive players did that? We would hear the offensive players complaining about that. If we want to have a tush push, I should be able to push my guy on the other side. It's like playing one team gets to play tug of war with 8 players, and the other one gets to play with 4 players. You get the tight end to push, and you get the running back to push.
I am so delighted that I've got someone on my side
push
against the tush push. D-Wood, what is your response to that? Because the reality is if they let they don't let the defense do that on extra points.
He's been on the receiving side. They outlawed it. We used to put 2 guys over the center. As soon as he has the ball, we smack him in the head, and we had one person on each shoulder, and we would push them back, and they would just literally get stepped on.
Yeah. What do you think of that, D-Wood?
And they took it out because they were complaining.
Stick that in your big offensive pipe and smoke.
I have no response.
Well,
so
he's right.
Like he brings up a good point right there. Like,
should the defense be allowed to do the same thing? The defense to get the linebacker?
Yeah, let's get the linebacker, let me push. We all push it.
Yeah. How about that? What do we think of that?
Let's do the push.
Yeah, that's right.
Listen, I live my life in between these A gaps. This ain't about who's the toughest. This is an unfair advantage. Listen, we can decide this one-on-one. Your running back beat me in his goal, and let's see who the bigger man. But when you get the push and I don't get the push, it's unfair.
I think I finally have my winning argument over here, D. Wood. What? So is that? Can I just clarify for this? Like, the defense is not allowed to do the same thing, right? I mean, Frankie Louv was jumping over.
Right, because he can't push.
Right, because he's not allowed to.
So he just gets people in his lap. He got to catch.
Right.
He can't have resistance back. I got to try and find a hole to get in and get penetration. So it's unfair.
I think that we actually have finally found. Listen,
it takes a linebacker to tell the truth on this show.
Well, I'm delighted that I finally have one, because I've been inundated with offensive players who've been yelling at me all week when I've been trying to bring this up. And D. Wood, the bottom line of it is this, and I'll say this again for those who haven't been with us this week. Pushing the ball carrier anywhere on the field. This is not just about a 4th and goal. This is not just about this is about anywhere on the field. Pushing the ball carrier by an offensive player was against the rules for 90 years. And so, look, good for the Eagles. They found a loophole.
Right, we got to jump. They get the push.
Advantage of it. Yeah, they took advantage of the rule. But the bottom line of it is a rule that is unfair to the defense. Yes, the Eagles are ridiculously good at it. Yes, if you're allowed to do it, they should be continuing to do it. And yes, this is not meant to punish them. That's the way they're taking it. I get it.
Right.
They're unbelievable at it. But the bottom line of it is, Bart is saying it's unfair to the defensive side.
I would agree with that. I would agree with the way Bart explained it. Like, come on,
Thank goodness.
this is my locker mate right here. I would agree with that. Yeah.
I know more about this man than his wife. I've seen every part of this man.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Like, we could have so easily gone this entire day without you saying that, and it would have been just fine. But we finally won one argument on this side. Let's hear how that one turns out. See how that one plays on the internet. All right, coming up, 2 first-round shockers. Louisville is out. Clemson is out. Has the ACC been exposed? What the actual heck is happening? Well, guess what? I may have the solution coming up. And we're going to have trivia for Seth and the coaches. Here's the trivia question. Hold on. We're going to have the trivia question first. With Calipari and Pitino meeting head-to-head tomorrow, the question is this. What is the most common coaching matchup in men's NCAA tournament history? We'll see if Seth can get a victory in March when we come back. And once again, 22-47, hike. All right. See, it's not fair.
Do you guys think?
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn vào tô tượng. Hôm nay tượng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là người nhện. Mọi người, hôm nay tượng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là thủy thủ. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu làm nhá. Đặt là mình tô màu tím.